Greetings, people. It's IRATE Prostate here on another wonderful Wednesday evening, and it's another episode of Chaos 120. You know what that means? I'm hanging out here with some of the most awesome people on the interwebs, and that would be, one would be the next 6 minutes.
Good evening, everyone.
And Scooby 331.
Hey.
Hey. There you go. All right, so just getting a check on the levels.
Okay, Death Harukin in the chat. Can you hear us just fine?
Everything
Type
good?
1 for yes. I guess anything else for no.
Indeed.
Burnside's running late. Will Rebels? He'll be afterwards.
Yeah.
Okay, we got an affirmative from Harukin that we are good.
Killer. Killer. All right, so what are we going to do? Ready for the NHL?
We are in the playoffs tonight, so it's round one. My team's not in it, so I have only really a passing sort of interest in it. But there are teams that some may be more interested in. So, of course, be updating. Of course, the Winnipeg Jets are in, and that is Irving's team. So by virtue of that, I will continue to cover NHL as long as the damn website will actually load up. Good night. They must have a lot of traffic tonight. Of course, it's the first day of the playoffs, so that's understandable. But given that this is 2018 and not 1998, they should actually be running a little more efficiently. Yes, servers are a lot less expensive than they used to be. Well, at least there was for a while. I don't know. If Irving is accurate, then there certainly is a deficiency in the number of graphics cards out there right now, because for some odd reason someone stumbled upon the discovery that if you have a bunch of these, I don't know how it actually works, but if you have a bunch of these graphics cards, you're able to mine cryptocurrency by some mechanism. I don't.
Yeah.
Don't quite.
Yeah.
I don't understand.
Yeah, man, and this is a big. I don't know. I think people are getting, like, I think that they're. What it is the CPUs and the video cards, right, and the CPUs and the actual computers can be used. The percentage of the CPU that's not being used can be used by people online if you give them permission, right? And what they're doing is that they're supposedly mining. I don't know. I've seen people say that they've succeeded at it. I don't ever believe any of that bullshit. So what they're doing is they're supposedly, if they let it, if they hang online long enough, they start getting like bits of cryptocurrency, right? And until you've got like a one thousandth of a Bitcoin, after 48 hours. And I've seen a couple of people, destroy their fucking their cards. They're very expensive video graphic cards. And,
it seems like too much investment, too much risk for too little reward.
It's like if it smells like bullshit, it is. Come on, man. Money for nothing. There's no such thing. There's
no such thing at all.
Money is not free. I'm sorry, people.
Unless we're talking about the first game between the Philadelphia Flyers and the Pittsburgh Penguins. Pittsburgh absolutely destroyed them with a 7-0 final. Damn, that's a hell of an opener. Let's see. We got the first game between the Winnipeg Jets and the Minnesota Wild. Winnipeg was victorious with a 3-2 win over Minnesota. And the LA Kings and Vegas Golden Knights have yet to drop the puck. It looks like they will be pretty soon. That starts 10 p.m. Eastern. I guess they're about ready to drop the puck. So we will see what happens in the inaugural playoff game of the Vegas Golden Knights. This is, of course, their very first season. They didn't exist last season, I should say. This is their very first season. This is their very first playoffs. And this is their very first series. And they're about to start their very first playoff game. This is virtually unheard of in professional hockey. Expansion teams don't make the playoffs. They don't often make the playoffs by a wide margin, but this team was able to keep consistent all year long, even with a team that they slapped together over the summer.
Oh yeah,
incredible. They survived the first half of the season. They survived the trade deadline. They survived the second half of the season, and now they're in the playoffs. Holy shit! This is certainly a unique situation, and it's gonna be fascinating seeing what happens in this first game and certainly this first series. If they play in the playoffs at least half as consistently as they did in the regular season, it's conceivable they could make it into the second round. And the last time an expansion team was in the playoffs was when there was the initial expansion, the first expansion in 1967, which brought a 6-team league to 12 teams, and all the new teams were in their own conference. So it was inevitable that one of them was going to make it to the Stanley Cup Finals. That team was the St. Louis Blues. They, of course, lost. But this is a team that dropped right in the middle of the mix and had to fend for itself throughout the entire season, and had no guarantee by virtue of its positioning in the league to have a shot at the playoffs. They did this. This is an honor that they earned. So hey, hats off to you guys. Even if you get swept here in the first round and you get like utterly just obliterated, Vegas Golden Knights, much respect.
Ooh, did I just miss the Golden Shower story? Damn.
They're about to start their first game of their first playoffs. I was just regaling the audience with this tale of just unprecedented unprecedented tale of this team and what they've been able to accomplish this season. Just to update you there, Burnside, the Jets won their first game against Minnesota 3-2, and the Pittsburgh Penguins destroyed the Philadelphia Flyers 7-0.
Ooh, fun.
Yeah. And that it was a remarkable story, man. It sounds, it's almost like a fairy tale come true.
Yeah, essentially a hockey fairy tale. That's just like, wow. It's that's an achievement. That's an achievement, and we'll probably never see anything like this ever again. Seattle is looking at Seattle is looking at at becoming the 32nd team in the National Hockey League. They're applying for expansion. They should get underway 2020 or 2021. I don't think they're going to be able to repeat what Vegas has been able to do. That's just, yeah. It's just like, yeah, just watching them the entire season and just seeing them stay so stable in the standings and consistently winning. Holy shit. Anyway.
Nice.
Motivated.
So that's the NHL playoff update brought to you by the next 6 minutes.
Thanks, Six. That was enthralling. Thanks.
Yeah.
Well, so it's another Wednesday. I've been pretty much lobotomized for most of the earlier part of the day. Did any nuclear wars or anything start while I was
Not that I can see.
in my fog?
No, but there was another gas attack that apparently went on. So more of that same bullshit.
Yeah. Here's the thing about the gas attacks. It's not Assad. It just isn't. Nobody would be that stupid to do that. Assad is essentially winning. He would have no reason to do this. That would be like somebody who's winning a poker game and then setting the table on fire. That just does not compute. Assad did not do this. It's either the rebel forces in Syria, ISIS. I believe it's
a lot of rape bars, man. It's a lot of rape bars, I tell you.
I believe they call them the FAS. Is their little group there? So it's one of these other groups, and this is the third time that they have tried this shit to get the United States into open warfare in Syria. This is the third time.
Yeah, and it's a war we really don't need to get involved in because there's nothing to gain. It's absolute nonsense.
It was bullshit the first time. It was bullshit the second time, and it's bullshit now. So there's some group that is doing this in Syria to try to coax the U.S. into this conflict. It's just a load of bullshit. There is no merit to the notion that Assad is doing this. None.
Yeah, there's literally no logical connection whatsoever. And
well, I'm saying that there's a lot of fingers that are being pointed at, Israel. That's what I keep hearing people trying to associate it with, and I'm not sure if I buy that either.
I don't really buy it. I think that there is a group in that is trying to set off this powder keg. Mm-hmm. It's not the Russians. Yeah. It's not the Israelis. It's not the Americans, and it's certainly not Assad. It's someone else. I don't know who it is, but it is someone else.
What would logic dictate that that only really leaves like one or two people, maybe Iran, or ISIS.
Yeah, definitely ISIS. I'm looking
at ISIS. I'm looking at Iran. I'm looking at Saudi Arabia.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Saudi Arabia, ISIS. There's always the white helmets, that we decided, they're not terrorists, they're humanitarians, until actual doctors went and said, yeah, they're doing all their surgeries wrong. You gave a fucking medal to a bunch of terrorists. Smooth move.
Crazy.
Yeah.
My best bet in my compass is pointed straight at Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, that's definitely the first person to go to. I gotta back you on that one. I definitely go and point the finger at them first.
Makes sense.
Yeah, anytime that something like this happens, the Saudis are neck deep in every pile of shit that is piled up for the last 20 years. Yeah. Maybe even longer. I would say easily in at least into the mid-90s. Yeah, there's bloody Saudi fingerprints all over this shit.
Yeah, typically whenever anything goofy like this happens, there's typically 4 people that are usually involved in it. It's either the Saudi Arabians, the Iranians, Israel, or it's someone like ISIS or the White Helmets or some little fanatical group like that. And if it's not them, then it's usually Palestine, because it's Israel and Palestine trying to get at each other, and then it's like, oops, hey, you know, we actually got somebody else involved where we're trying to kill each other.
Hey, Adamantine.
Hey, Sir Adamantine. How are
you? Yeah,
hey,
Bullwinkle.
What's up, buddy?
Bullwinkle asked the question, who benefits from the U.S. and Russia fighting? That's a good key bono kind of question there. Yeah, my finger is pointed firmly at Saudi Arabia for this one.
Maybe China, maybe.
China would have less of an investment because essentially they own a lot of our debt, and they would not benefit greatly from the U.S. getting into more open conflict, because that compromises their investment.
I see. So then, if anything, OPEC then essentially would gain because of all the oil and raw materials we'd have to import.
I wouldn't say directly, but they may not suffer much from open warfare. Any kind of military-industrial complex, any sort of energy complex benefits, at least indirectly, from warfare, because you need juice for war and you need munitions for war. Somebody profits a lot.
Yes, that would definitely be Saudi Arabia, and that might also be like some of their buddies like Qatar, Iran, etc. And as far as military-industrial complex, that would be either for the U.S. That would be either.
Look at it this way: is it any coincidence that hostilities have crept up between Iran and Saudi Arabia?
Well, I think it's absolutely part and parcel. You know, everything that's happened from Egypt to now, it's got the pair of them all over it.
This whole Assad thing. I don't know how the pieces connect, and I certainly would not care to speculate much further than a suspicion that I have that Saudi Arabia is neck deep in this shit, and it somehow has to do with their increasing hostilities with Iran. But they're in this kind of situation, true coincidences are few and far between. There's usually a loose connection here and there, if not an outright one. So time will tell. Time will tell. Hopefully, we'll find out more about this stuff. But as far as my opinions are concerned, my finger is pointed towards Mecca.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because typically whenever it's anything that has to do with like White Helmets, ISIS, Al Qaeda, all those guys, typically it's Saudi Arabia or it's somewhere right around there, because they're always funding radical nutbags of one way, shape, or form, or one type.
Yeah.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Hey, Terra.
Tara, how you feeling? Greetings.
I'm ready to go lay down. Once I get back to the house, I'm taking a flex reel so that by the time the show is over, I can just pass the fuck out.
How's the old noggin?
I have a mild concussion. Roxy took me to the ER. I'm here now.
Oh.
Hi, everyone.
Oh.
Hello. Good to see you again, Roxy.
We got a bit of a echo here.
Give me a second. I'm wide open, so hold on.
Echo.
Okay, I've switched me to push to talk for right now.
That sounds better.
Yeah.
Much better.
Always works for me.
Sweet. So how did you get a concussion? I did not hear
Well, I was in the small bathroom downstairs, and I was picking up laundry to put into the washer, and I stood up and whack, smacked the back of my head with a porcelain towel rack.
Oh shit!
Ouch.
Man.
Ouch. What's with everybody that streams with us? All the women banging their heads on something. First it was Weebo, now you.
Yeah, well, it's not the good type of bang in my head. I'd rather it be banged against a headboard for another reason.
Or at a metal concert.
I feel you.
Bang your head. Dun, dun. Metal will drive you mad. Bang your head. Got nostalgic there for a bit.
That's right.
I'm sure that's the only kind of head trauma that Burnside wants to give me is something from a headboard.
Nothing beats head trauma like Slayer.
Let's see.
What else we got, gents?
We have Chaos News, and let me get all that. Up here. Been enjoying Weebo's little mini meltdown. She has this thing for the Teen Titans, and apparently the actress that they have cast is not quite to her liking, and there are some new photos of costumes that she kind of looks like she's a prostitute.
Oh, Jesus.
Okay, so who is it being cast?
Whoa.
Starfire or Raven?
Let's see. Colleen Bernier has our first story here, which is about the Teen Titans. Okay. It's the first look at Beast Boy, Raven, and Starfire in DC's live-action Titan series, and this is what has Weebo melting down currently. Let's see. DC's live-action Titan series is currently filming in Toronto. Hey, Irving, you wanna scout some set photos for us? Okay. And while we've already seen official pics of Robin, actor Brendan Thwaites, Hawk, Alan Richson, and Dove, Minka Kelly. She used to date, what's his face from the Yankees. What the hell was that guy's name?
Yeah, she's hot.
Yeah. Shit, what the hell was that guy's name?
As a matter of fact, her dad replaced one of the guitarists in Aerosmith. He's a metal guitar player.
I'll think of it later. So I'm not a Yankee fan, so. But he's shit. What the hell was his name? One of their more well-known guys over the last like 20 years.
Minka Kelly's boyfriend.
Yeah, that played for the Yankees. What the fuck?
Derek Jeter?
Derek Jeter.
Yeah, Derek Jeter. Yeah. Shit.
Thanks, Harlequin Happy Hour, for that.
Let's see.
Harley. How you doing, darling?
In all their costume glory, we finally get a first behind-the-scenes look at their fellow Teen Titans members. Beast Boy, played by Ryan Potter. Raven, played by Tegan Croft. And Starfire, played by someone named Anna Diop. Our first look at the three Titans come to us thanks to some set pics snapped during the shooting of the upcoming streaming comic book series. Also spotted on the set is Thwaites as Batman's former sidekick and ward, Dick Grayson. The first image shows Potter sporting Garfield Gar Logan's trademark green hair and a red, white, and gray jacket, while a blue-haired Croft who plays half-demon and empath Raven is seen walking by his side dressed in regular dark clothing. The second pic sees Diop as the alien princess Coriander, which is... yeah, it's because... You ever seen the spice coriander? It's kind of orangish yellow, and it's quite tasty when you pair it with the other spices and curry and put it on chicken. So lovely, so lovely. Anyhow, with some naan bread. Let's see, aka Starfire. Much like her comic book counterpart, she's rocking some bright red hair and purple outfit. Yes, Burnside, I can send you this article. It's unclear whether the it's unclear whether the three of them will also get official costumes like Robin, Hawk, and Dove down the line, but we can pretty much bet on it happening sometime during the first season. Check it out. Okay, I'm looking at this sort of Asian-looking dude with some SJW dyed green hair, and I'm looking at this Raven chick with some sort of SJW dyed purple hair.
That's exactly why I wanted to take a look at this, to see what kind of communism they're trying to fucking pull here.
And I am looking at the actress playing Starfire in this getup that they have her in, with this sort of neon pink fuchsia magenta looking hair. She looks like somebody you'd pick up at like 3 o'clock in the morning for a BJ.
Oh shit. Damn, I definitely gotta see this now. Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. This was some very poor planning.
What's her
This
name?
is probably why Weebs is flipping shit with her trap schlong.
Oh yeah, she's melting down like frickin' Godzilla and Godzilla versus Destroyer. Anyway, yeah.
Damn.
So yeah, this chick looks like you'd pick her up at 3 o'clock in the morning for some hanky panky. Let's see. Where was I? Okay, check it out. Blah blah blah. I'm checking out the pictures. I'm horrified. I'm not even a Teen Titans fan, and I'm just like, gosh, though, I'm like face palming and cringing at the same time. Based on the DC's Teen Titans comics, the live-action series sees Robin become the leader to a group of young, soon-to-be superheroes recruited from every corner of the DC universe. The series will also feature the Doom Patrol. Hailing from producers Akiva Goldsman, with Goldsman penning the pilot, Jeff Johns, Greg Berlanti, Sarah Schechter, the architects of the CW's Arrowverse. Yeah, so at least 2/3 of this group are hardcore SJWs. And you see it the most obvious in Supergirl.
So when are they going to start having their identity crisis and want to try and swap genders and all that fancy shit? And
I don't know.
Who's doing this?
It's CW. It's the same people that do Arrow, Flash, Legends of Tomorrow, and Supergirl.
They also do what was it, Black Lightning, where they changed it from a man to a lesbian woman.
Yeah. That's what too, though.
I can see one of the reasons why Weebo's having a meltdown over Starfire. Not only does she look like she's dressed like a prostitute, and I'm not really trying to be racist, but she's black. Starfire has fair skin.
She has orange skin. And I hope that there's a lot of post work on this chick, because yeah, it's not looking good. It's not looking good. Yeah, she looks like a cheap hooker. The first season of Titans will feature 13 episodes and is slated to launch with DC's digital streaming service sometime in 2018. What do you think of the first look at Beast Boy, Raven, and Starfire? I don't have much good to say about it. I'm sorry, I just don't. This is not good. This is not good.
Starfire looks like a hooker from fucking Scooby's area.
I'm watching the teaser trailer right now, so let me take a look at these fools. She
kind of looks like more like West Coast LA sort of hooker, though she is more warmly dressed. So I a case could be made for East Coast, but I haven't had this much like automatic cringe since I saw the first trailer for Ghostbusters 2016. This is not good. This is really not.
That
really
doesn't
not
exist.
Good. This is not good.
Just like the very first Star Trek movie does not exist. They all start with Wrath of Khan.
Oh, this is not good. Okay, moving on. Moving on.
Well, man, there's got to be a couple of turds. You can't. When you're digging for gold, video is unavailable.
Yeah. They can't all be winners. They can't all be winners. All right.
Hold on, I think we just got cut.
Did we get cut?
I don't know.
Check. Still going.
Since okay, press.
This is live. Okay, never mind.
Okay. Just to be on the safe side, everybody press 1 if we're still on the air.
Yeah, we're on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, just covering all the bases there. I saw Irving there in the chat. How you doing, Irving? Your Jets won their first game, so it's a winner chicken dinner. And I did have chicken dinner tonight. It was lovely. Let's see. Moving on. And yeah, everybody say like a silent prayer for Weebo Jones, because she's probably not in a good place right now. And I understand. I really hate it when bad creative decisions destroy stuff. It's sad. Let's see. Probably not as sad as this in like the real world sense, but it's near. Raunchy couple caught making X-rated motions in hotel lobby during furry animal costume convention. Cas WarFox, where are you, man? We need you for this one. We need your commentary, buddy. Holy shit. The couple were at the 14th annual furry weekend at Atlanta, US, and are thought to have remained clothed as they gyrated against one another. Gyrated. Like a gyrocopter. Anyhow, the convention for furry turned X-rated when 2 visitors were filmed gyrating against each other in a hotel lobby in broad daylight. This weekend saw the 14th annual furry weekend at Atlanta, Georgia. Let's see, a furry is someone who dresses up as an animal character with human characteristics. Furries can pay more than £2,000 for their costume. Yes, this is brought to us from themirror.com. I don't know why they're covering this story from Atlanta, but it is what it is. One of the visitors at the convention, who goes by Nikki the Husky on Twitter, filmed 2 people making sex motions with each other in the lobby of the hotel in Atlanta. People walk past, apparently nonplussed about the unusual activity happening meters from them. Well, this kind of shit happens all the time in their respective circles, so it's nothing out of the unusual. But I'm looking at these pictures, and it's not like they're in some sort of secluded corner. They're kind of out there in the middle of the concourse. Yeah, like out there in the open. It's like people are walking past them and shit. Nikki tweeted the video saying, "Oh no, oh no!" Hashtag WFA 2018. One furry replied, "I just pray law enforcement got involved. These people need to go to jail." Okay, when the weird furries are calling for a couple of their contemporaries to be incarcerated for their public faux pas, P-A-W, faux pas. You get it? Anyway, then you know you're crossing some lines. Okay. Another said, quote, "I'm watching this, and I'm honestly hoping that someone took the effort to stop them instead of just giggling and watching from afar while two individuals incriminate themselves, as well as setting bad rep for the con community." But others said, "They were clothed, just humping." Yeah, these two are out in the middle of this walkway, and shit, if you're not paying attention, if you're just like, thumbing around on your cell phone machine thingies, looking at your app dealy hoos, and typing on your twatters, you could trip over these two assholes.
I just looked at the whole Teen Titan thing you sent me and that little trailer thing the CW did.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm gonna need a lot of napalm. A lot, I mean a lot of fucking napalm, like a fucking factory.
Yep.
Oh,
Burnside. Think you could do me a favor?
yeah. What do you need?
You could help Sylvanas. I'd like to know why she's threatening me.
Say what?
Hey.
Who?
Sylvanas.
Who's threatening?
You're lagging out.
Me. Sylvanas just threatened me.
Threatened you?
Oh, what the hell's going on this time? Alright, let me go see what she's up to.
Because I don't like her pet badger minding fucking freedom, and I said something to her about it because he's a rude little bastard. But now she's threatening me about her fucking big-headed husband.
Oh, jeez.
The last fucking person she wants to goddamn threaten. Tried to kill my own brother with my bare fucking hands.
You want me to go have a talk with her?
Yeah, you better fucking talk to her.
Alright, let me see what I can do here.
Eddie's son from Pickin' Avenue. Don't fucking threaten me.
Anyhow, an Australian court dismissed a $1.8 million workplace bullying case that accused a boss of malicious farting. How? I don't understand.
Malicious farting.
Malicious.
Okay, I have officially fucking heard it all.
It's like
So does that
malicious sneezing, malicious belching.
So does that mean he's purposely farting on people?
I guess.
Yeah.
That we call that crop dusting.
That's the only thing I can think of.
And it's not like you can just do it at will. I mean, some people, I guess that they're more inclined to that type of thing.
And if you want to shit your pants.
Yeah. Let's see. And for $1.8 million over farts? Really? Holy shit. Negligence case by a retrenched contracts administrator against his former employer has been rejected by Victoria's Supreme Court, with the judge accepting that farting in the offices is not bullying and just part of Australian humor. Fucking finally.
Wait, what?
Fucking finally.
The judge has a brain. Oh my god.
Thank God. One glimmer of hope in this landscape of pushover judicial shit.
Yeah, I need to stop just for a second here and thank Jack T. Ripper for the $10 donation, man. Thank you, a gajillion. Thank you, sir. But yes, let's keep on gyrating over this nastiness.
What, the Teen Titans? Yeah,
just
disgusting.
Yeah.
Actually, the guy that got to play Beast Boy, not half bad, because technically Beast Boy, his look is kind of Asian.
Kinda.
And if you go by the Teen Titans
Asians.
Go and some of the older comics, Starfire's skin actually becomes paler and paler, not so orange.
Yeah, they're bad creative decisions.
Yeah.
Very, very bad.
Yeah, anyway. So this is, I've seen so many very poor, judges' decisions regarding things like this in the past few years. It's a relief to see when someone has the good judgment to say this is an idiotic thing. I'm not gonna. Yeah, we're not gonna do this. Former employee David Hinkst alleged his supervisor at Construction Engineering Australia in Melbourne repeatedly abused him, including by holding him down and farting on him. He claimed it resulted in depression, anxiety, and physical injuries, and claimed $1.8 million in damages as part of an unfair dismissal case.
You know, that could be, so you could throw in a logical, if you got the right shrink, you could also throw in PTSD on that. I'm serious. Yeah. I'm serious. That's like bullying shit. That's interesting. So what kind of a workplace was it again?
Some kind of construction. But the defendant denied all the claims, and Justice Rita Zammit did not believe Hinkst was bullied at work, and in dismissing the claim, accepted that his redundancy was genuine. Hinkst alleged to the court that his supervisor, Greg Short, would lift his bum and fart on or at him, sometimes daily. Short told the court while he remembered farting, he didn't recall thrusting his backside directly at Hinkst to deliberately offend him.
That's hysterical.
It's like he's essentially accusing this guy of being the Frenchman from Monty Python's and the Holy Grail, farting in your general direction.
In your general direction.
Well, you know, this is interesting because when I was, working in the alcohol and drug treatment business, I had a patient one time that was that went to my boss and said that I was farting at him and farting around him, and it was deliberate. And hell, I may have farted once or twice. I mean, I worked with a guy for 30 days, so but it was the weirdest thing. My boss pulled me in, and he said, "So are you farting on blah blah blah?" And I'm like, "What? Is this a joke?" And he was like, "No, this is he's lodged a complaint against you," and it's like, what the, and we worked it out, but still, that was just fucked up. That's crazy, isn't it? People are weird.
Yeah, he said there may have been some cultural misunderstanding because Hinkst was German and didn't really understand that farting was just an Australian way of joking around. Now, I've met two kinds of in my life. I've met two kinds of Germans. I've met the very anal, straight-laced, don't really get it kind of Germans, and I've met some of their like the really what's the term I'm looking for? Yeah, have looser shoestrings, just to put it that way. And this obviously was the first variety here. I had when I was in middle school, we had a teacher from Germany, and he was a good teacher. He was a good guy. He really he was green enough where he wasn't able to really develop a rapport with the students. And you know, these were small town kids, middle schoolers. You know, it's a different culture, and he didn't last very long, unfortunately. And I was sorry to see the guy go. And you know, I wanted to apologize, you know, for my own action and inaction during his time as my teacher. I certainly was not one of the biggest offenders as far as his kids getting on his nerves, but you know, everybody in that kind of situation, you know, everybody's, you know, they're guilty to it to a certain extent, and I've always wanted to apologize to the guy, but I haven't seen the dude in well over 30 years, and you know, if he's out there, man. If he's out there and he's listening, hey man, sorry. Anyhow,
you swept your side of the street, man. That's all you can do.
Let's see. Continue on. Short said, "I knew that Hingst took quite an offense. I knew that Hingst took quite an offense to it, and to be honest, at the time, I didn't understand. But then, obviously, realizing it was Hingst being of German descent, whereas us Australians are sort of brought up, you sort of accept it or think, oh, it's just that's what happens. So it's kind of a ham-fisted way of saying, you know, this is kind of how things are around here. This is the way we joke. This is how our social circles work. This is how kind of it's like a rite of passage. It's a way of showing that, hey, you're kind of one of us. This is that we, you know, right, yeah. It's our way of accepting you into the fold. Because, you know, if they truly did not like this guy, they would not talk to him. They would not socialize with him beyond what is necessary to maintain workplace, you know, continuity. It's just, they would not have bothered with the guy. Yeah. He probably
sounds like a lot of nonsense, if anything. I mean, making a big deal over farting and such. Damn.
He's probably a really bright guy, and the thing about bright guys is that a lot of them are not the most socially compatible. They tend to like to be alone, and they certainly do not pick up the same sort of social cues as more of their average counterparts would probably pick up. So, you know, he's probably really a gifted individual that just has a lot of trouble socializing. Certainly, this is a cultural difference, and I honestly believe that these guys were, you know, they were trying to, you know, they're trying to be welcoming to the dude, but he wasn't having it, and that sucks. But that's what happens sometimes in these kind of workplace environments. The court heard that Hingst labeled Short Mr. Stinky at one stage, sprayed him with deodorant.
Mr. Stinky, oh my god.
Zamet rejected Hingst's claims of malicious flatulence, saying it was an offense that has its origins in cultural difference rather than the sort of fear, distress, humiliation, or victimization that one would ordinarily expect in a bullying scenario. Quote, I do not accept the plaintiff's evidence that the frequency of Mr. Short's flatulence in the office or that it was targeted at the plaintiff, she wrote in her judgment. You know, these kind of guys, they're very self-conscious in a fashion that when they are out in public or even in a social setting, if they hear somebody laughing, anybody, the first thought they typically have is they're laughing at me.
Exactly.
I have those thoughts, to be honest, but I push them away thinking, they don't fucking know me.
Right. So this sounds like one of those kind of guys. And for many years, I was one of those kind of guys. So I understand the type of thought process that is going through this guy's head. That, oh, these guys are being, they're being boisterous.
They're being me, mommy.
Right. It's a very, very self-centered, but it's just the way these guys think. And it's not necessarily, it's not their fault. It's just, that's the way their brain is wired. And it takes a bit of work to work past that. And this guy obviously did not seem to have much incentive to work past this. So he was thrust into a workplace situation, a social situation that he was very poorly
Obviously
equipped.
not ready for it.
Right. He was very poorly equipped to exist in this microcosm. But it happens. It happens. And it sucks that he took this as far as he did. And it's certainly not going to improve things down the road for him very much. And, it's too bad. Let's see. Yeah, it's an offense that has its origins in cultural difference rather than sort of fear, distress, humiliation, or victimization that one would ordinarily expect in a bullying scenario. Blah, 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 blah. The plaintiff said that on another occasion, Mr. Short passed wind when they were at the printer and apologized. The plaintiff complained that Mr. Short's behavior was demeaning. He did not submit, however, that the flatulence was bullying, or rather it was shit, I can't talk tonight. He did not submit, however, that the flatulence was bullying, but rather it was humiliating and disgusting. The trial lasted 18 fucking days and involved 15 fucking witnesses. Holy shit.
Wow.
Money well spent.
That's right. Good Christ.
Taxes at work.
Yeah.
Do you think there should be like some kind of like triage equivalent when it comes to like shit like this? It's like, no, you're going to settle this outside. You don't get a court case.
Right.
It's really stupid.
Here, go put on some boxing gloves and deal with it.
Yeah.
I'd say that's viable too. Duke it out, and dumbasses. Man.
Yeah, this I don't know how long this guy was in Australia. I don't know how long he took to acclimate to Australian culture. I don't know how many Australians he had the experience of being around prior to taking this job. But there's a break-in period, man, when you go and you're among people that are very different culturally than you. I spent some time in Mexico, and there is a period of time that you go through where you get used to being immersed in a culture that is not your own. And there are some similarities, there are some carryover and stuff like that. We all are human beings, and we all have our similarities, but culturally we can be very different. And unfortunately, this guy He found himself at the short end of the stick of this equation, and unfortunately, he took.
He was made to lick the shit pot.
Yeah, he took things way too personally, and it sucks. Sucks for him, man. Anyhow, moving on.
Oh wow, Cryptic, thanks for the $10, man. I appreciate it big time. Wow, it's, interesting. Next,
Cryptic, you're an awesome dude, man.
he is awesome, man. He is.
Oh boy, I'm watching footage of a naked man walking around some fueling pumps. He's arguing with these guys by an ambulance. Holy. Anyhow. Okay, video. Naked man shouts for help as he got a sex toy stuck in him.
Oh, shit. Ouch.
Oh boy. Okay, that's probably why the ambulance showed up. The startling scenes were filmed by a passerby at the petrol station in Saavedra neighborhood in the Argentine capital of Buenos Aires. I guess I'm going to have to throw this into chat because there's really no accompanying article. So do I have the proper hardware to do so? Let me check. I do. Okay, here is a video of a scantily clad individual, so scantily that he's, well, not wearing anything. And he's got a sex toy stuck in him. And he's very, very distressed. And it's emergency medical personnel have been called to the scene and are now, okay, just, yeah. So hopefully that you can see that. Did everybody get that in chat? So I see the thing ticking. I'll post it one more time. Because chat has a tendency to scroll by very slowly whenever you jump back onto the page, and you end up putting it way up where nobody can see it and everybody has to scroll up. I don't know why the hell it does that. Why it doesn't just automatically put it at the bottom of the chat. Just inserts it somewhere like it's like you're trying to guess which card the magician has afforded you. Anyhow, that's the footage of the very distressed man in his distressed position with a distressing piece of sex toyage inserted in his very distressed orifice. I don't know which one it is though. I'm assuming it's up his shooter a pooter. Oh boy. Let's see. Well, as a response to, I suppose, the Florida school shooting, one district I think is Mill Creek, whatever the hell that is, has started arming teachers with, you know, those little baseball bats that you get when you go to like a minor league game.
Yeah.
And they have the little logos printed on them.
Yeah.
Well, it looks like a school district is arming teachers with those things. The souvenir mini bats. How precious. That's adorable. I don't think that's going to stop somebody with a handgun or a rifle or a shotgun. But it's cute. It's cute. Let's see. Mill Creek School District armed teachers with baseball bats. And baseball bats with really big air quotes. In the wake of the school shooting in Parkland, Florida, the Mill Creek School District is arming its 500 teachers with baseball bats. Quote, "It's the last resort," said Mill Creek School District Superintendent William Hall. But it's an option, and it's something we want people to be aware of. According to Hall, the 16-inch bats, 16 inches. Anybody who has a standard 1-foot ruler pick that up right now and envision 4 inches tacked onto that, and that's the extent of the baseball bats they've been given. Yeah.
That's
according.
I was going to say that would be a good weapon to cold cock somebody, to get them, to catch them, from behind or maybe.
You have to sneak up on them. Shit.
If you can get the jump on the guy, good idea. But other than that, it's pretty useless unless.
And you gotta get a good. You gotta get your.
You gotta get a good swing.
I'm telling
you. You gotta get your upper body into that.
Bats don't stop guns. This isn't an anime. The thing that would stop a gun is another gun.
Right. There's no spiky haired, unrealistically slender guys doing flips and shit and swinging baseball bats at guys with firearms. No. And not with all the giant eyes and bulging movies. Is that even practical in real life? Okay, according to the 16-inch bats were the 16-inch bats were distributed to each teacher following an in-service training day on how to respond to school in-service training day. Who showed up? The Atlanta Braves. Here's how you swing a bat. Oh, I see you got those little bats. Ha 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 ha. Sorry, you have wasted our time. We're going back to Atlanta. Let's see. We passed them out with the goal being we wanted every room to have one of these, said Hall. Unfortunately, we're in a day and age where one might need to use them to protect ourselves and our kids. From what? Baseballs? Small baseballs? Holy shit.
Knockers.
Hall says the bats are primarily symbolic. Well, no shit.
Good God.
So when an assailant enters the room with a firearm, they point to the bat and say, "Hey, my symbolism trumps your aggression, there, buddy. You better check yourself
before you wreck yourself."
So I will wreck you with this mini bat, and hold still. They say the bats are primarily symbolic, but are now an option for teachers to use should they need to fight back in a school shooting. You know the old phrase, "Don't bring a knife to a gunfight"?
Yep.
I think it applies here.
Applies.
Very applicable. Much application. Mill Creek Education Association President John Caccione says he supports the decision to arm teachers with bats, which will be locked up in each classroom. So you have a symbolic bat that's locked up. And in the event of a school shooting, you have to take the trouble to unlock the son of a bitch, and then point out its symbolism to the attacker. Okay, I get it. I see the scenario. I see the scenario formulating in front of me. It's quite.
That's crazy.
Quote: "This is a tool to have in the event we have nothing else." It's almost next.
Why don't they just give them a fucking Bible? I mean, it would be more use, for God's sakes. Jesus.
Might actually stop a bullet.
Or a book of 100,000 knock-knock jokes.
Holy shit. Wow.
Let's see. This is a tool. What's that?
I gotta hop out. I gotta get up early.
Okay.
All right, Scoobs. Love you, man.
All right, you have a good one, man.
Night, Scooby.
Hit me up on tomorrow on the D-Scope.
I'll talk to you guys tomorrow.
All right, brother.
Take it easy, man.
All right, good night.
Let's see. This is a tool to have in the event we have nothing. Well, it's almost like having nothing. Symbolism aside, part of the formula now is to fight back, and so I think the bats were provided for the staff were symbolic of that. Emphasis on the word symbolic in that sentence. Really?
They're saying that word a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that it means what they think it means.
Yeah. Hall says it's just one of several initiatives in the works to ensure student safety, including a concrete barrier around the school walkway and additional security measures at each entrance. That might actually work a little better than a small baseball bat. The district
might as well have one of those like key rings that has the bungee cord that's tied into a ball at the end where you beat people with it. That's the fucking equivalent.
They would be more effective just picking up a desk and throwing it at them.
Yeah.
The district also conducted an online survey to see if the public supports the idea of arming select staff members with guns if it becomes legal in Pennsylvania. I guess it's Pennsylvania, Mill Creek anyway. We thought just putting that one question out there would give us an idea of how the community felt, said Hall. It was about 70% to 30% that people would favor that, but we're not really actively planning that right now. Well, 70% is a pretty damn large percentage compared to 30%. I would be more than just a little actively planning that right now. But that's just me. Hall said it cost the district about $1,800 to purchase the bat. My God.
Whereas what, you could get a group raid on the guns?
They oh my gosh. They spent almost $2,000 on souvenir baseball bats, essentially, that one would get at a baseball game from one of those guys just walking around, from one of the peanut guys. You want some roasted peanuts? How about a souvenir baseball bat? $2.50. $2.50.
$2.50, man.
Oh.
$2.50.
Oh my gosh.
Hot wine, cat's meat. Hot wine, cat's meat.
Yeah, I don't want to buy my self-defense gear from the guy that hands out the popcorn at baseball games. I don't know. It's just okay.
What the fucks?
Certainly is. JP, what's up? It just makes me sad. This is a school district that I don't see is taking school security seriously at all. If this happened in Canada, would they be passing out those little souvenir hockey sticks?
I don't know. Ask Irving.
Irving, if this happened in Canada, would they be passing out those little souvenir hockey sticks? I would say yeah. It's a little audience participation. If this happened in Canada, do you think that the respective Canadian school district would be handing out those little souvenir hockey sticks? Type 1 for yes, 2 for hell yes. Oh my god.
And 3 for that's not polite, eh?
Type 3 for sorry.
Holy.
Is it? Do I hear? Has a?
I hear Jeff Goldblum.
Has a wondering Canadian arrived?
Yeah. I was watching the show the other night. I thank you guys for offering me amnesty in your country.
Well, you're very welcome. So the question is still on the table, man. If this Parkland shooting happened in Canada, do you think a school district like Mill Creek would be offering teachers those little souvenir hockey sticks that you get at games?
First off, I don't know of a classroom in Canada that doesn't have a handful of full-size hockey sticks just lying in every corner. Yeah. Second, that shit doesn't really happen here. And we have, not that we have fewer guns or even that our gun laws are tighter, we just have a significantly lower crime rates across the board.
Yeah.
You know, like my city's size and demographic is ridiculously comparable to Chicago.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's not like we have like half the crime or a third of the crime. We have 1/30th of the crime.
I was just, you know, speaking hypothetically, if something like that. But yeah, I was.
Yeah. Jokes aside.
It was my attempt at being sarcastic there, but it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. These are the same damn bats that they hand out at baseball games for kids.
Yeah.
This is not a realistic. This is not a realistic countermeasure.
On the other hand, if they were giving those bats to teachers in London, the police would raid the classrooms and take the bats away.
Yeah, and arrest the teachers.
Mm.
How dare you? How dare you assault criminals? What would their families think? Let's build a shrine. Oh, fuck's sake. Anyhow, moving on. Mummified monkey found in former Dayton's department store in Minneapolis.
The fuck?
A mummy was found in a Minneapolis mall. Okay. Crews demolishing the interior spaces of the historic downtown Minneapolis-Dayton's store discovered a mummified monkey in the air duct of the 7th floor. A demo worker named Adam Peterson submitted the photo of the old Minneapolis Facebook page. According to a post on that group's page, a spokesman for the companies renovating the building confirmed its validity. We continue to find pieces of history in the Dayton's project as we redevelop the building, spokesman Kaylin Rogers said in an email. Unfortunately, this is one of the recent discoveries. We don't know the story or origin behind this, but we have been working with local museums to learn more and find homes for artifacts like this. Okay. Old Minneapolis commenters are already providing theories as how the monkey wound up dead in the building. One named Stephen LeBeau said he used to work in the building in the early 2000s and was told by a longtime building worker that a monkey had escaped from the 8th floor pet store in the 1960s. Staff determined that the monkey had escaped into the air conditioning ductwork, and later they discovered that they discovered an odor. The monkey apparently was caught in an exhaust fan, which makes sense because the photo shows a cut in the monkey's abdomen. Other commenters posted photos of Dayton's ads from the 1960s for exotic pets, including monkeys. New York-based 601WCOS and Minneapolis-based United Properties are redeveloping the massive department store into an office building and food hall. The project is expected to cost $191 million. Minneapolis-based Gardner Builders is the general contractor for the project. Wow, so they found a monkey from the swinging 60s.
Hey, we're the monkeys. People say we monkey around.
Then we get caught in air ducts and nearly getting cut half by friggin' fans. Now we're a mummy. People say we mummy around. No talk of curses. Blah, blah, blah. Anyway, moving on. Poor monkey. He didn't have a chance. Ooh, okay. Okay, now we're getting interesting. Say, Irving, I have a question.
Shoot.
Are the Teen Titans filming anywhere around
in Toronto? It's very possible. Toronto's cheaper to film and can double as New York in certain situations. If you've never been to New York.
Yeah. If you've been to New York, it's like...
Yeah.
Yeah, they film Supernatural up there.
This place, yeah.
I think they film in BC, though.
So if you're from New York, it's like, hey, that looks like Toronto.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so we have a Bad Girls Club star arrested for performing oral sex topless in public.
Oh. How come I don't know this girl? What?
Yeah. Nicole Vargas pulled the ultimate bad girl stunt. The Bad Girls Club star was arrested after she was caught giving a man oral sex while topless in public. According to a police report obtained by the Brevard County Sheriff's Office in Florida, Vargas was charged with resisting arrest without violence, exposure of sexual organs, unnatural and lascivious act, and battery on April 4th, 2018. Battery? I don't think that guy was complaining. But if you want to make a case for battery, go on ahead.
Hey, I guess she was beating his meat.
She was guilty of a salt mouth. In the case report, the reporting officer observed 8 people yelling at each other in a parking lot. A female with no top on in black shorts, later identified as Nicole Vargas, started to walk away towards the west side of the building. The reporting officer wrote, "I yelled at her to stop and identified myself as a deputy sheriff. Nicole immediately took off running down the west side of the building and jumped through a fence that was partially pulled down." Wow. She was getting a Batman getaway. When the officer caught up with her, he attempted to handcuff her. That's when she immediately pulled out of my grip and rolled away, trying to escape again. Another Batman move. The officer grabbed her by the shoulders and held her down until a witness helped him handcuff her. Not a Batman move. After the arrest, he spoke with a witness who claimed she saw Vargas across the street topless on her knees with Colton Vogel's penis in her mouth performing oral sex. The witness advised that they changed positions in the parking lot, and Colton eventually was standing facing her with his penis exposed.
This is the writer. That's what's getting me is the writer.
Yeah.
You know, this is like, man.
With his penis exposed. The witness yelled across the street that she could see them. However, they continued their actions. The reporting officer then spoke to a second witness who observed Vargas without a shirt performing oral sex on Vogel's penis. He advised that he went across the street and told them to get out of there and find someplace else to do what they were doing, the report read. The second witness told him that he didn't want any trouble, and then Colton proceeded to hit the second witness on the back of the head and hit to his right jaw with a closed fist. That's a lot of words to say. He punched him in the face.
Oh, man.
Anyhow, he then claimed Vargas punched him with what? Then he claimed Vargas punched him with a chest and back of the head and ripped his shirt off. Also, this writer would be awful at writing action scenes. Yeah. He ripped his shirt off. He claimed that Vogel hit him 2 or 3 more times. I observed some red marks on the second witness' chest and back of his neck, corroborating his story. The report continued. When Vargas was transported to Cape Canaveral precinct, she yelled, "Suck my dick," when the officer attempted to read her Miranda rights. There was a strong odor of an alcoholic beverage coming from Nicole's breath. I imagine that's not the only thing coming from Nicole's breath.
She's a little
I would imagine. I imagine a little junk stank was in the equation there. Factored into the formula of Nicole's breath. Okay, she continued to yell and be belligerent while the arrest paperwork was completed. Vogel, who was also arrested, alleged that the two met on a dating app and had arranged to hang out on the beach. He admitted
SuckMyDick.com.
Yeah, they admitted they drank alcohol and claimed she was being forceful and persistent and kept trying to perform oral sex on him. Right. Right. Persistency. That was her magic formula to get his pants off and his penis in her mouth. Persistency.
Try again.
Vargas was held on $500 bond. She was released on April 5th. So apparently, having a cock in your mouth in public is only worthy of a $500. Anyhow.
Where's Burnside? He's gone quiet.
He's gone silent.
Oh God, the commies got him.
Oh, is he arguing with communists in space?
I don't know, but he's gone fucking dead silent.
Yeah. First, see what he's doing in chat. The last thing he said was, let me scroll up a little while. Yeah, he hasn't been active in chat in a while.
It's been a while.
Burnside.
Scrolling. I don't see much from him in chat, so I don't know what he's up to. Is he at work today?
No, he has today off.
He's probably in the can.
Yeah, well, I want to give special greetings to Johnny Hellcat, a guy that I had the pleasure of helping him with his inaugural stream last Friday, and he's a good bloke, and we should say hi to him and say, hey, welcome to the C120 family.
Titties.
Who?
The guy is
Titties.
His name is Johnny Hellcat.
He's in the chat.
Oh.
Yeah, he's in the chat.
How you doing, buddy?
Yeah, how's it going, man?
Let's see. Florida father survives wild road. Melbourne, Florida. A Florida man is recovering after taking a wild ride on the hood of a car. That's not how you car. You're supposed to enter in through one of the doors and sit upon one of the seats and
just ask Ryan Dunn.
Yeah. Deputies
Isn't
say
that
the
how he
man.
died?
I think so. Deputies say the man had been trying to prevent 3 teenage girls, friends of his daughter, from leaving his Melbourne home. Okay. Friends of your daughter, they don't live there. They... whatever. Let's find out why. He wound up on the hood of their moving car, clinging to it for about a mile before falling and jumping off.
I got an idea about why they left. Just
He's
an
a creeper?
inkling.
Please
continue.
His leg was then run over. Deputies say before they arrived, one of the girls drove off in the car, which turned out to be interesting. The plot thickens. Deputies say before they arrived, one of the girls drove off in the car, which turned out to be stolen and is still missing. Strangely, no one was charged with anything for the man-on-hood car incident because the man had no business jumping on and the girls had told him to get off. As a citizen, the best thing there is to be the best witness you can be. Give us a description, a tag number, who's in the car, and what you know, said Todd Goodyear of the Brevard County Sheriff's Office. Deputies say charges could follow if they find the stolen car. So that begs the question. Did this guy know this car was stolen? And is that why he jumped on the hood? Hey, you stole this car. I'll jump on the hood. Because I saw one too many TV shows and action movies that it worked out famously.
Let me be Bo Duke and slide across the hood.
Da-da, da-da, da-da. Yeah. Okay, I'm not sure what this next one is all about, Colleen Bernier, but I do. Colleen Bernier, of course, is our senior Florida correspondent, and she provides the lion's share of the stories that we read nightly. Okay, this appears to be a wage gap story.
So it's a fictional tale.
Yeah, and it's not really. It's not really letting me. I can't get past this thing. It's asking me to create paper. What paper? The fuck? It's not letting me get to the article, so I don't know if I can actually read this one. It wants me to sign in. I'm not a member of this thing, and I'm certainly not going to join up. It's not allowing me to press the no thanks. So, sorry about that. We won't be reading this one after all. Okay, that would have been the final story of the night. But I can't actually read the darn thing because of some... whatever. Anyhow. That was very strange. I really hate it when new sites make you sign up for them to actually read their shit. It's like, hey, we want you to sign up so you can read our shit. You know, it's a way of keeping track of their. I guess they have one tier of viewership is the hits that they actually get on their website, and then there's a secondary tier where it's people who stick around to read their shit. I guess they think that's a method of knowing who's really reading their stuff and who's not. Yeah. Data mining. That irritates me. So, Irving.
Yes.
You're on a new pay tier, aren't you, buddy?
I am, yeah.
How's that working out so far?
Well, I'll tell you what. So far this week, it's not what I expected, but next week everything should be coming up, Irving.
Awesome.
Yeah,
That's good to hear, buddy. That's good to hear. And certainly congratulations again for your promotion there.
Thank you kindly. Thank you.
So Irving's big time.
He's gonna make me a kept woman.
Nah.
he's got bigger big boy pants on. Yeah. Good deal, man. Good deal. Good to hear.
See, right now, technically, I'm switching departments, and I think the people in my old department who still have control of me this week, I think they're a little upset. And yeah, they're going as far as they can with me before I could call it abuse and get them in some kind of trouble with HR.
Mm-hmm.
So this week is so far not been perfect.
Yeah, some people are very, very bad at embracing change. So, hey, it's not you, buddy. It's them.
Yeah, no, my new manager can't, because like what it is the whole department that I'm moving is new. It's just been created and it's technically not running yet. So yeah, my new manager is like, don't worry about it. Stick it out for the week, and we're good. Everything's gonna be, trust me, it's gonna be so much better next week. So, what's that? I'm definitely getting in on the ground floor, right? So if I perform well, I just might have like a serious future here, a serious future at pushing 40.
Yeah. Hey, better late than never. I'm currently looking myself for some work that So that's you know, I guess the secret's out. I'm unemployed, so I am looking for in San Antonio, and I need a fucking job, and I need one pretty damn soon. So that's kind of the position that I'm in right now, and I'm short on ideas. Let me just put it that way. So, and you and I had a really wonderful talk a couple of months ago. And it's stuck with me ever since.
Well, I mean, if it's the talk I think it is, it's basically that it worked out for me. Like,
yeah, it worked. Yeah. I think you took your own voice and dude, it is just paid for you. It has paid dividends, man. So, you know, keep on, man. You're doing well, and I hope that things turn out for me as well as they have for you, because yeah.
Because I mean, you've got it, and like, this is to anybody who might be also having some sort of similar trouble as Six and I were. Just because you don't have like I don't have any pieces of paper that declare me awesome. I don't have a great resume or university, and you do have university experience. I don't know why this is trouble for you. So I decided I would start at the bottom of some sort of shit tier job that pays minimum wage, and they expect you to break your back. And someone noticed almost immediately that I was willing to do this. And, you know, from the second day that I was doing the job, they told me this. A month in, they were like, yeah, we want you to work up through this company. I was like, okay, just relax. 6 months later, I was like, okay, let's do it. And yeah, I have a promotion. I'm literally making twice as much money as I was, which isn't good money. Like, it's really not. I went from shit money to, that's not so shit. But there's lots of room to grow now, and it's just because you're willing to do the shit work. All right, you just got to get your hands and your face dirty, and you know, like, that's it. Someone's gonna notice that you're willing to do it, and that you're actually worth more than that job.
Yeah. So, right now, I guess he's having audio issues.
Hop out of the room and hop back in, Burnside. I see your thing flash.
So, I'm talking to a guy that I used to work with at a job that I used to work at, and so at this point, I'm willing to jump back into that, even though I was not happy working there. It's a paycheck, and it's something that I will have while I'm looking for something else, or, you know, hey, you know, if the skies part and the rainbows fall on the right places, they may actually have gotten a clue, and the time that I've been gone, and they have a better appreciation for the people who work there, and not have such a primitive way of thinking about how they should be treating people. But, you know, at this point, it's something.
Yeah, and I mean, this is a job you left? Like,
of
your accord?
Yeah.
Yeah, if
Twice.
if they're willing to have you back, that's leverage you should be able to use on the job, right? They obviously want you, right?
Yeah.
It would be so easy to say, no, fuck it, you can't come back, unless they really, really needed you. You know, so don't forget that. You know, don't let them push you around.
So yeah, I've just begun to talk to a guy that I used to work with, and maybe I'll get back to to doing that, because right now I need money, I need a paycheck, and I'm not overly concerned with where I get it. I'm not gonna start dealing drugs or something stupid shitty like that, but
there's good money in that.
I hear there is, but it's a high risk industry.
Yeah.
No pain, no gain.
Certainly. So it's an option. Unfortunately, it's plan A. It's not a plan A that I like, but money doesn't grow on trees, and I have to eat. So the equation is very simple there.
You have 2 cats. You have food.
I would rather become their food than to make them my food. They're just, they're my babies. So that, it's a shitty situation that a lot of us are facing right now. Certainly, I don't know what the situation is for everybody in chat, but I would say that it's a pretty good bet that at least one or two of you are that are going through some money troubles, and they're not finding the kind of employment that they would like to have, and they're in kind of a similar situation that I am, and it sucks for me. But I've made a lot of mistakes in the last few years. Some pretty significant mistakes in the last few years, and it's
come on,
right, and it's cost me a lot of money. Cost me a lot of money, but it's people, you live and you learn, and
did you have a gambling problem?
No, not a gambling problem. It's a stupid, silly situation, but it's been an expensive, stupid, silly situation.
Oh, so it was a hookers and blow problem. That's relatable,
Yeah, it's relatable, but it's my story is nowhere near as practical as that. But
you don't know what real addiction is till you've sucked cock for blow.
Oh man, like freaking Jack Black tied up in a tree in Tropic Thunder. No, it's nothing. It's nothing near as practical as something like that. But I'm in a situation where I need a paycheck. I need something steady, and this is a place that it's not a growth industry. It's not a place where I have much expectation for forward advancement. Part-time is probably the best that I can expect from there. So the likelihood is that this will not be the only job that I'll be seeking here. I'm going to be probably tacking two part-time jobs, one for one part of the week and one for another part of the week, to make ends meet. And that's going to suck because it's going to be time consuming, and just if I hope it doesn't affect too much the stuff that I do here on YouTube, but it could.
Okay, yeah, I'll give you that. I saw this joke on Twitter and I've hijacked it to use for this. Oh man, my fucking job is interfering with my online internet and streaming life. Quits job.
Oh boy. Well, I don't think I'm gonna have that of quitting for YouTube, but I will do my best with what time I'm afforded to to making things happen, because you guys are amazing here on Chaos 120, and you certainly in the chat, you guys are amazing too.
Aww.
And I would not.
You're being so sweet. You're giving me cavities.
Well, I hope I don't give anybody diabetes. Okay, the diabetes.
Hey, I'm only borderline. I got my test results back.
Awesome. So you're not quite to the injection.
No. If I stay on my diet, I should be good.
That's good. That's good. So yeah, you guys have been amazing, and I certainly hope my situation doesn't deteriorate to a point where I have to say sayonara and just go through the trudgery and just show up every now and then, get in chat to say hi. And Skeptok says, "We love Six."
You're getting lots of love out of the chat.
Thanks, guys. Thanks. Thank you. And I'm not somebody who begs for money. You know, I'm not somebody that wants cash for just for shits and giggles. I do have shit. I do have a maker support, and I do have a Streamlabs coming up here that I'm going to debut this weekend. It's there if anybody wants to help me out.
What's that other thing? The T-shirt place?
TeePublic. If you want to buy some of my art, if you want something for your investment in me, then there that is. It's this is my original art on a T-shirt. If you want to buy that, that's cool. I don't want TeePublic, Maker Support, or Streamlabs to be my only source of income. I don't even want it to be a primary source of income. I've intended it for just being extra cash that I can throw around to buy new and better camera equipment and new and better software, so that I can bring you better content. So if I'm limited to just a small fraction of the time that I've been used to the last couple of years doing YouTube, then I want to make it quality, and I want to have the best tools available to make the good stuff for you guys, because that's one of the big reasons why I do this, is for all of you. And that's why I do.
Listening and will be listening. Buy his shit, or else you guys are all going to be sitting bored in heaven saying, "Why the fuck didn't I buy his shit? I could be partying in hell right now."
Yeah. So yeah, that's. I hate to play the world's smallest violin here for you guys during this last little bit, but that's my situation, and it sucks. But that's the corner that I painted myself into, and hopefully over the next few months I'll be able to have some more breathing room. And the Chaos 120, hanging out with you guys every night, it's been an honor and a privilege. Is most of the reason that I do the YouTube stuff that I do is to meet new people.
The honor is ours, Six. The honor is ours.
Thanks, man. And I've certainly met a large number of very interesting people, and it's been probably one of the most fruitful things that I've been able to be part of. And I sincerely thank all of you for being as awesome as you have been. Wow, got deep there.
Dude, to lighten that up a bit, I'm gonna give you the rare piece of motivational words that come out of 4chan. This is from the Fit board. You're gonna make it, man. We're all gonna make it.
That's right. That's right.
Thanks, man.
Yeah. So yeah, UZQ and I are in a similar situation, but it's just you just put your head down and keep on keeping on, and
Sorry, I'm rewatching Arrested Development. If we just put our heads down and power through the weekend,
Well,
I think we can get it done.
Having an outlet like this to focus on, excellence and having, like a group of people that I'm accountable to, it's to make quality product. It's really, worth it. You know what I'm saying? To just even at one attaboy, or even like the Streamlabs, $10, man. That means more to me than anybody will ever know, because that's just an or a confirmation that what I'm doing is making at least making somebody happy, and that's not why I do it, but it's for the subs. Is definitely that's who I'm doing it for now. The intrinsic value and the payoff of meeting new people. I'm with you, man.
Yeah. So I'm just telling Uzi Q, she's filled me in on her situation. Yeah, and it's essentially I'm gonna hate this. I know I'm gonna hate this because I've been back to the same place twice before. I know exactly what I'm getting into. I know exactly.
Is it telemarketing?
No, it's not telemarketing. It's so I don't really want to go into where it is, but it's a place that I have experience with, and so I know exactly what I'm getting into. And it's not like this great mystery in front of me. I know exactly what I'm going to get into. I know when I wake up every morning, I know exactly where I'm going, what I'm going to be doing, and exactly who I'm going to be dealing with. So I'm not overly fond with a lot of the customers that I get. I'm at that store. Hopefully things have changed, but I'm really not going to hold out hopes for that, really. You really get to see somebody's true colors when you see how they conduct themselves in public, and certainly how they treat those who are employed to serve them as customers. You really get to see that, whether you're observing in the third person from afar the behavior of somebody and how they are acting with somebody who's working in retail or in food service or in a civil service. You really get to see somebody's true colors. They could be, you could think the world of them outside that environment. But once you observe how they treat those people, then you really get to know a lot more about them and who they really are. Because some of the greatest people that you may think that are they are the shit, when you see how they treat somebody in food service or how they treat somebody in retail.
Yeah, it's the way they behave when they think no one's looking or when they think they have power.
Right.
That's very, very telling.
Exactly.
Even if the retail establishment, the person that they're working with, or the post office or the restaurant, even if they're in the wrong, it's still very telling how you conduct yourself. And I'm not just talking about the guys that they put their hands on their hips and huff and puff, or the ladies that go in there with the can I speak to the manager haircuts.
God, I hate those cunts.
I'm talking about everybody. You may have this identity, reputation outside of these kind of establishments, but once you walk in there and start behaving like an asshole, well, guess what? you're kind of an asshole.
Right.
Mm.
And it's clear for anybody with 2 eyes and half a brain. You know, even if you're getting shitty service, hey, don't act like an idiot. Let the people that are waiting on you act like it. If you feel so inclined, you know, whip out your little phone and start recording. It's on them.
No, and
once,
I mean,
yeah, once you throw your hat in the ring, then you're just as big an asshole as they are, perhaps even more.
oh yeah, but I mean that there is a way to let's say reprimand somebody that's acceptable, right?
Right.
You know, like if you start berating and abusing somebody, that's not the same as basically stating your case, right? And
you may feel that that vindication, that revenge, that vengeance, that I've scored some points back here, buddy. No, you just looked like an asshole in front of other members of the public.
Right.
Yeah. And I do really appreciate, like, something almost a diatribe that's actually really eloquent, really well put together, that is all your points, all the reasons that you're angry, right? Give it like 2 or 3 paragraphs that ends with, and that's why I'm telling you, fuck off. Then you can do it. Then it's totally, that's great. But yeah, I know what you mean.
So there, you know, 90% of the people that I worked with, customers that I worked with, not overly, you know, they weren't assholes, but there was about that 10%, and it sucks that it's even high as 10% of people that I dealt with. This. Yeah, this is certainly part of the equation that I am not looking forward to. But hey, you know, we do what we have to survive, and we do what we have to get that paycheck. Because at the end of the day, you have to pay rent, and you have to feed yourself, and you have to keep the lights on. So,
yeah, and I mean, work is supposed to suck a little bit, you know, like it's got to have its downside, otherwise it's not work.
Right.
You know, but
it's a hobby with a paycheck.
That if you can turn your hobby into a paycheck, fucking do it, man.
That's
Jesus,
that's the dream.
That's the dream.
A livelihood, yeah. Right?
But like, I mean, until then, yeah, your job's gonna suck a little bit, and you know that's fine. But you shouldn't feel abused, and you shouldn't end up going home and thinking about how poorly you were treated today. Like it should be something that's, yeah, it sucked, but I'm home doing my thing, and you should be able to put it out of your mind immediately. Yep. If you can't do that, something's wrong, either with the job or with you, but something's wrong.
Yeah.
Bingo. Definitely agree with that. Because you know, I was always told, you know, you leave home at home and work at work.
Yeah.
You know? And never the twain should they meet. And I've noticed that when I started practicing that, things got better. You know.
There was one really, really good story that I have, and it was when I went back after quitting the first time. I went back because it didn't work out with the gun store, and one of the first customers that I had was this little old black lady, and she was an angel, and certainly somebody that for that moment in time, it felt so much like the universe was saying, you know what, things may suck for you right now, and the next several months are not going to be kind to you. But here we have this, the universe has sent this individual to say, just to help you feel good about yourself for at least the next couple of hours. And she's one of these kind of ladies that, you know, she brought stuff in that just little projects, just little projects. Probably nothing that she couldn't do, probably herself, but she felt more comfortable handing it to you know, us to do for her. But I think it was one of those kind of things. And I never saw the woman again, and it's really sad because she brought us cookies one time.
Oh my god.
Yeah, she was a sweetheart, and if you could just fill maybe 5% of those last 10 with people like her, the retail and food service business would be so much more pleasant. But that's not the reality of things. But that was just that was a nice little story that I wanted to interject here.
Well, you know, and the people have, you know, somebody's got to do it, you know, and they are people. Everybody, they're all people, you know. That's what amazes me, that people just treat other people like they're not people.
Yeah.
It's shitty.
So I started to bring such a melancholy mood to everything, but you know.
Holy shit! Hold on a second. Prostate, who hates you?
Who hates me?
Everyone.
Yeah, because you got a ton of people just showing up in the last half hour, hitting the dislike button.
What?
Yeah. You went from like 12-1, and I wondered where the one, like, what happened? What was that about?
That was probably plain speech. He probably flew by and did that.
And now you've got 6 dislikes on this. You know what? You should take that as a point of pride, though. People going out of their way in the last half hour, because it's not like you lost the likes, right? It's not like this got, oh, this is melancholy. It's not that 6, because people would have changed their like to a dislike. You didn't lose any likes.
Yeah, fuck it. I don't
Right.
care.
I guess we got a bunch of people swinging in here that like to be assholes to people in retail and food service.
Or
Hey.
just want to abuse the power, right?
Yeah.
Their perceived power.
Or they hate the old nice little black ladies.
Well, everybody that's saying, hey, that's, except I've never met Seamus Derby, but everybody else I know, man, stoned Mexican guy, he's a great guy, and Viva La Raza. Yeah, what the fuck? People are faggots. I agree, stoned Mexican guy.
And Goatman, I was just joshing you.
Goatman, man, dude, it's not a stream. It's not a stream on my channel unless Goatman, if it does not get his blessing, that's not good. That's not a good thing, man. Goatman
I was just joshing you, Goatman. I was just joshing you. You, like, last time I saw you, I'm pretty sure we had like a little back and forth. It was kind of funny, kind of ribbing. All right, I saw you pop in and wanted to mess with you a little. Don't take it personal, okay?
Goatman's awesome.
All right, good man.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I love my fans, and you know, it's like, fans, whatever, subs, whatever you want to call them. It's people that enjoy my content. Yes. Yeah. They're people too.
Yeah, and you know what I've noticed, eh?
It all ties together.
I think you're gonna agree with me that I don't think anyone that watches my content needs me the same way that I need them. Right? And not that like
you to tap too.
Thanks, Tara. but you know what I mean? Like they don't need my opinion about Canadian politics. Right? I'm sure they formed it themselves. But I need to scream into the abyss, and the fact that there's people there that are actually willing to listen is fucking mind-blowing. Right? It makes me feel so much better that there's people out there, because like that agree, that look at it the same way, that understand why I'm fucking drinking to dull the pain and screaming into my fucking computer. You know, and yeah, like the appreciation that I have for the people that take time out of their, like I'm too busy to make goddamn videos right now. And the people that take time out of their day to watch the videos I produce, it's like, holy shit, you just wasted your 8.5 to 16 minutes, whatever the fuck long my video was. It's this huge, not even ego boost. It's just like sigh of relief. There's people that know that there's something very wrong. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. It makes me a little less paranoid, a little less like I feel like I'm taking crazy pills, and I rely on them. You know.
I think I know
they
where
don't
it
need
came
me.
from.
I need them. Yeah.
I think I know where it came from. So it's okay. What was it? Chef Boyardee, man. That's right. Viva la Pasta and Chef Boyardee.
Chef Boyardee.
But we are showing at the top of the hour.
12:01.
Yeah. So is anybody want to do a shill and scat?
So ladies first.
That's right, always.
Don't even worry about me. I got FlexRail on my system. I probably couldn't even put that whole shit together.
Well, she's on YouTube. She's on IMVU. She has an Etsy store. Terra and Roxy. Terra and Roxy Crafts.
Roxy
Craft.
Okay. Yeah. In the singular form, not the plural.
And Hannibal O'Neill says Kraft mac and cheese.
Kraft mac and cheese. Good with the little spicy ketchup. Let's see. What else? Oh yeah, she's trying to unload some spring wreaths. So if anybody would like a wreath, get it early, so you can have it for next Easter time. And she's also making purses and various other things that from what I hear, look really awesome. So go ahead.
I collected the supplies today to work on my friend's wedding dress once Katrina's mom leaves town.
Okay. So yeah, go and check out Terra and Roxy Craft on Etsy. And buy her awesome shit, because she wants to do some cool stuff with some cool people. Later on in the year, there's the Mother of All Rallies event happening in DC.
Yes, the Liberal is going to a fucking Trump event.
And she's going to dress like Harley Quinn, so that's going to be allow her to be festive. So let's see. Is that did I cover everything, Tara?
I'm also on Twitter and Facebook.
Yes.
Okay.
And, yeah, all the links to everybody's socials are down there. The Etsy, and then I've got the @TerraSynn, so that's your Facebook. I need to put the rest of that stuff down there though. If you'll DM that to me, I'll make sure I put it in the.
I'll take care of that probably tomorrow if I remember.
Hey, far right Yorkshireman. Hey man, how you doing? So, remember everybody, be sure and like and subscribe. So,
or dislike, like no one.
No,
just show you were here.
Has me not even feeling that knock on my head.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Can't wait to get the oxycodone tomorrow.
Yeah. Oh, I do. Well,
yeah,
if you happen to sleep through my stream, I won't blame you. So, which is occurring tomorrow night at 10 p.m. Eastern on my channel. The next live streams, as opposed to the next 6 minutes, which is my primary channel. You must spell out the word 6. If you don't, then you won't. Let's see. For the first video, 6th Avenue video, which is my political-ish commentary series. The first one that I've done in a long damn time is up on my primary channel now. go and check it out. It's part 1 of 2. So I have another one coming up this weekend. It's some important shit that I think that we all need to kind of need to take a second and discuss. You will see what I mean when that video drops this weekend. I have a tea time stream. It's going to be in the middle of the afternoon. I don't exactly know when, but I shall have the subject to mention on my broadcast tomorrow, so I will do that. I hope I actually remember to do that. I'll write that down somewhere so I remember to mention that. Anyhow, that's all I have as far as shills go.
All right.
If I may,
please.
Irving Twin, I haven't put out anything on my main channel in quite some time, except the odd fucking absinthe-fueled live stream. But I do have another channel, Irving Twin Gaming. It's not great. The videos are all way too long, and it's all Warhammer so far. So I understand if it's not your bag, right? But yeah, that's what I'm doing now.
Oh, cool.
I'm on all that other, what do you call it, social media bullshit, if you can find me. I'm literally the only Irving Twin in existence. So, yeah, have fun.
Yeah, and if you want to return the thumbs down, I have a feeling that the most recent post in my shill quarters on my Discord is probably where that came from. So I'm not going to say anything else. I'm not going to ask anybody to do anything because that would be wrong and just petty. So, but yeah, all right. So shilling as pertains to myself. Tomorrow, of course, Big Fat Brian and I, we do, it's going to be 6 o'clock Eastern, 5 o'clock Pacific, and 5 o'clock Central, and 3 o'clock Pacific time. We're going to look at 2 films that are currently showing. We do this thing where we review stuff on Netflix, primarily horror and science fiction, and these will be These were both marketed as science fiction films, and one is called Titan, or The Titan, and Paradox, a film that was made by Daryl Hannah and Neil Young. So
interesting.
Yeah, and the reviews should be very, very interesting. So, and it's we have a lot of fun doing that. Friday, Cream Stream, of course. At 11 Eastern, that's 10 Central and 8 Pacific, and I've got penciled in as a confirmed Aiden Paladin and Sinatra Says. So
cool.
It should be a fun show. And then of course Saturday drinks with friends in Sir Adamantine, and then Sunday I've got plans to hang out with Six, our brother here, and check out his new setup. So
yeah,
I'm excited. So
I hope pick something exciting for us to.
You always do, man.
Yes, exactly. But if anybody doesn't have anything else, I guess it's time to say goodnight, people. We got much love for y'all, and thanks for the
dislikes, bitches.
Well, no, not just that, but thanks for the 2 hours of your time. Thanks for everything.
Yeah.
To Jack T. Ripper, Roll Tide Roll, and to Cryptic, yes, it did go where it was supposed to. Thanks to everybody. And on that note, we're going to say that's it for another edition of Chaos 1220. It's IRATE Prostate out.
Peace out, Hail Sigmar.
That's right.
Adios.